Hey, it's Tam from Low-Key Battle Mats, and we're here to have a look through the Giant Book of Battle Mats Volume 2. This is a book of 62 white clean lay flat battle maps for tabletop roleplay with a fantasy theme. So let's dive in and have a look. Now the first thing you notice is this innovative 360-degree spine that we have. This allows the pages to lay completely flat and stable on the table, and this is very important if you are with your trusty whiteboard marker, if you are writing on these laminated maps, or if you're using miniatures or any terrain to build height, because this gives you a completely flat and stable base. So there's no tilting, there's no moving, there's no propping up. It is that easy. You just open the book and it is stable and ready to go. The other really handy thing that this spine allows you to do is to fold the book in half along that spine and use each page individually. Now we know that table space varies, encounter requirements vary, and this just allows you the freedom to choose the size of map which suits your table and encounter. Now this book is a tool for dungeon masters, and it is designed to be a time saver. So this will reduce and hopefully eliminate the need to draw mats pre-game and mid-game, thus saving hopefully hours. We have curated and put together a collection of maps. As you can see here, we have a forest path and some suspicious route action going on that. But we have covered all the most used encounter areas in fantasy role-playing games. So, as we all know, every party does it. You've set up a beautiful dungeon encounter, but they want to go and see what's up at the hill fort. So if they do that, you simply have to reach behind onto your bookshelf, select this book, and you have the map for your encounter right here. You don't have to draw anything out immediately. It's detailed, it's colourful, it's immersive. You can dive straight into the adventure, and once again you can play just that map if you need it to, or you can open it up and play the two complementary maps we've designed, everything to complement the opposing page, so you can play the larger map as it is. Here's another outdoor map for the waterfall, and all these pages are completely wipe clean as well, so you can grab your marker, you can customise, you can draw villages, traps, roads, anything you like. So here's a nice crossroads scenario here. And as you can see, all our maps they're detailed and they're colourful, but they're also fairly generic, so you can use these for lots of different encounter scenarios over and over again. And you can customise them using pens, using 3D terrain, and simply by folding the books in half as well. We also have standard entry exit points on key maps, so if you have more than one set of these books, you can line them up to create larger maps as well, and all our books work together in that respect. Here you have a transition map from a cave through into a dungeon, and again we haven't furnished these rooms here, so this could be a dungeon, it could be a cellar, it could be a bandit camp, it can be whatever your encounter needs it to be. You as the game master have that in your power to control what to use these maps for and to dictate where your furniture and everything will go, so you can make these maps specific to any encounter as you need them to be. And again you have another cave entrance here with a waterfall. This could be a dungeon entrance to a town or a castle here. All the options are yours. And what we do with our maps, as you can see, is we present lots of different options for you. So you have different size rooms, different colour variations, different light levels. There's lots for you to work with here in terms of the environment of our maps to get all your party involved and create some really exciting and interesting encounters. So we have lots of pillars here, lots of lights, lots of fire going on. As an environmental challenge, this room could get very hot very suddenly, I suspect, and can be used again. It could be a temple, could be a mage's guild house, it could be a mage's tower or the basement of. It's really up to you what you use these maps for. Here we have more of what we designed in mind. We had a mausoleum, but again it could be a basement, catacombs, whatever you want it to be. And we have given you a combination of wider areas and smaller areas to move the party through. And the same here as you have these smaller rooms up around the top and the larger area here. This could be again a guild house, it could be a tavern with the bedrooms around the top, it could be a fighting pit, a meeting hall, it could be the town, whatever you need it to be. This is the map. You don't need to draw anything, you have it to hand. And again, these can be drawn on with any non-permanent marker. I tend to go for my trusty whiteboard marker. but they're also ideal in case you wanted to build up any height, because again you have stability here and the ability again to play any map page individually. So you can even use this in adventures almost like a fog of war, where you enter a urban environment here. As the encounter progresses across, you can then reveal the other half of the map, which just keeps your party on their toes a little bit and means they can't plan ahead. And it's just ways to help you as the game master, give you more options, more inspiration, and save you time as well. So it could be a church, it could be a temple, it could be a pub, it could be a cellar, anything you need it to be. We've given you a beautiful tavern here because everyone needs a tavern. Any urban encounter tends to have something going on in the pub. Obviously there is a requirement for a dark alley at the side, which we've given you here. Again, sewer is a very popular encounter map, and again there's lots of different options for what you can do with this. You don't need to draw it out in moments, it's here, and because it's a detailed map, it's immersive, it'll help the adventure flow, and it just means you can keep rolling from encounter to encounter. You can produce a castle at the drop of a hat. It's a time saver. It just makes things a bit easier. You can really adventure through these halls. I mean, this could be a shopping precinct, it could be the manor house, it could be a castle, it could be a mage residence. There's lots going on, and it's really up to you what you use the maps for. They're all wipe clean, so you can amend them as you need to. And we've given you every single encounter area that we can think of, that we use a lot in our games at home, that we know comes up a lot. We've tried to put into this book so that you have at your fingertips a map for any encounter. And once again, you can use this just as a beach landing map here from the sea. You don't have to use the temple map, or you can do if your encounter calls for it, or again you can simply use this page and ignore the fact it's by the sea. Again, you have a desert encounter map here. You can use this plain page to be a much more generic map for maybe a travelling scenario, or you can use the suspicious entrance we've given on this page as well. Here we have the frozen mountain pass, where you can progress up the mountain to the cave. There's so much you can do with this map as a DM for your adventurers. There's so much peril you can add in, lots of different scenarios. And again, it puts another weapon in your armoury as a DM that you can use to make your adventures immersive, to make them interesting, and to make them fun for the party. And then we have a detailed ship at sea here, and again you can also just use the sea map by itself if you don't need the ship for that particular scenario. And we also include plain maps in the end of our books, and this is simply because these books are designed to live on your shelf and to travel with you. They will fit any table and most backpacks, and we know that you don't really want to be carrying around huge amounts of equipment when you travel, so by putting in plain maps as well, this means you don't have to take a roll up or fold up map to use in addition to these books. If there's not something in the book that you want, or if you want to draw something out ahead of time, you have the ability to do that with this book. Which brings us to the end. This is the Giant Book of Battle Mats Volume 2, the latest of the range from Loki Battle Mats. Thank you very much.